What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another podcast. I am here with
Nick. Hi, Kendall. What's up? How you feeling?
pretty upset, kind of saddened by the news.
Yeah. Yes. Guys, today when we were recording this, Disney icon legend Cameron Boyce died.
He did.
I was shook. This is not the topic of the episode, but it was like 3 a.m. when I found out. I really thought it was a joke, and I texted you, Kendall, 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 Kendall. Check Twitter DMs. And I DM'd her,
Yeah.
and I really thought like it was like a trick or something, but it actually happened.
Yeah, I thought it was a hoax. I was
Yeah.
wrong.
We were both wrong.
It's pretty sad because, like we grew up watching him and all. It's kind of weird. Like, this hasn't happened to our generation before, like a
No.
childhood hero or
Not
just
at all.
a childhood someone you watched. No one, can't think of anyone that has died.
No, me either. Like, there's like been like Whitney Houston and Prince, but it's not like, we didn't grow up with them.
Yeah. And they were older.
Right.
So it's
They're
kinda
completely older.
different.
Yeah, that is like someone 2 years older than us that died from medical conditions. Like, that's scary.
Yeah.
But all condolences to his family. That's not the topic for today. What are we talking about today, girl?
Today we are going to be talking about summer 2016 and why is everyone so hung up on it. So, like, if you've ever been on Twitter, you've probably seen a lot of people are always like, no summer will be as good as summer 2016, or this summer is gonna be just like summer 2016. And we did some research and we gathered what we think like are the reasons why everyone loved that summer so much.
Yes, we did. Personally, I can say that summer 2016, and I'm not trying to be a local, was also my favorite summer. I don't know about you, but at least it was for me.
I feel like there were some memorable moments for me during that summer. I don't know if I would say it was my favorite.
It was my favorite. And if you look on Twitter, guys, to this day, you will see people talking about how it has been their most memorable summer. Like, we looked this up yesterday, and people are still talking about summer 2016. But, I mean, with what we're about to talk about today, I'd say it's for a good reason.
Yes, I agree 100%. There were some very good trends, wholesome trends that a lot of people still kind of do, or were at least viral for a really long time.
Yes, talk about some trends. First one that I think might be the most popular of the summer was the mannequin challenge.
Yes, that, like, I remember we were still doing that going into the school year.
Yes.
We were still doing the mannequin challenge.
Yes, I recorded my first mannequin challenge with my friends like the day before Thanksgiving break. I will always remember it. And it happened the summer before. Like, that was a movement.
Like, and everyone, literally everyone was doing the mannequin challenge. And you could do so many different kinds of them, so many different scenarios. Like, people were doing really good ones too. Like, I love those types of memes, like the SpongeBob memes that were just out, where people can get creative with them.
Mm-hmm.
And start kind of doing their own thing with it.
Yeah. Yeah, the mannequin challenge, it was really fun. I never, when I did it with my friends for the first time, we didn't record just one. We recorded like 3 in all different positions. And then whenever like you would go home, you'd want to do it with your family. And it was one of those things that like celebrities jumped on. Like, I know a lot of celebrities did that. It was a really big thing, and it was a lot of fun. And I mean, the song Black Beatles got a lot of publicity for that. Like, it was playing on like the radio. It was like, no, it was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah. And
I never like skipped one of those videos when I saw them. I watched all of them.
Yeah, those were really good. And like another sort of like dance trend kind of thing, because this was like 2016 was the end, or like the not downfall, but like the dance trends were starting to fade out at the end of 2016. I think 2015 was the peak when everyone, literally all the viral videos were dances, and then it started kind of go down 2016. But that was when Juju on That Beat came out in August, and everyone was doing Juju on That Beat. I mean, Kids Vibe, it's in Just Dance, like a lot. That went crazy viral. And I've said it to like my friends before. Like, I Heart Memphis, the King Memphis, the guy who used to do all these dance videos and made these viral songs, like, he fell off. Like, when was the last time you've seen, not fell off in a bad way, but it's like, it's just not viral anymore. Like, that's not what people are looking at anymore. It's like, when was the last time you saw I Heart Memphis, a King Imprint video? It was the last time you watched one of those dance videos.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever watched another video except for like Juju on That Beat. Or Hit the Quan. Did he do Hit the Quan too?
I think he did, actually, yeah. Like, he had Juju on That Beat, Hit the Quan, Lean and Dab. He danced to the D-Lo songs. Like, he danced to all kinds of songs. And people were watching them. But that's just not the trend anymore. Now we have people licking ice cream and
oh my God,
gargling mouthwash and spitting it back into the bottles. That's the trend now. Y'all are going to jail, period.
Summer 2019, next video. Oh my God. And then, okay, well, there was another dance craze, talking about dances, the Running Man. Mm-hmm. That was another really big thing.
Yeah. That was a fun one, too.
That was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. There were a lot of fun challenges. And moving away from dancing, a lot of other things went viral, like memes. We have a lot of memes that went viral. The, or just, I guess, yeah, the water bottle flip, that was a challenge that went viral.
Yeah, like, I never knew where it started until, like, way into it. It was some kid from Ardrey Kell that did it. And it went completely viral. I don't know if you know. You probably don't. Ardrey Kell is like 15, 20 minutes away from me. It's a high school that's right by me. And it's just so crazy. Like, something so simple as that went viral. And that is a trend, a challenge that went viral for a long, long time.
Yeah, it's been years. Like, people still do it at lunch this year. Like, people are still flipping water bottles.
Like,
but it went seriously viral, yeah. Another thing that went viral, another meme, was the Arthur fist. The fist. And probably all other Arthur memes, including the DW on the fence, my personal favorite.
That was so funny. One of my friends was the DW on the fence for Halloween that year.
Those were really funny, and once again, completely relatable to this day, still used on Twitter. Love it. But now I think it's time to talk about another meme that, we lost an American hero in the creation of the meme, Harambe.
Rip Harambe. That was a
Rip Harambe.
Unjust death. That was a cold-blooded killing.
Yeah.
In the words of one of the greatest songwriters of all times, his name was Harambe, and he had a chance.
He was a gorilla. He didn't wear pants.
He had a life, but it was cut short.
If it wasn't for the boy, he could have lived more.
Just, ugh.
He made sounds. Yes, he had a voice.
But he had to die. It wasn't his choice.
He was shot. He shouldn't have been.
All because the boy fell into his pen.
He was very playful. He dragged around the boy.
He was so confused. He thought it was a toy.
All in all, the end. I have something to say.
Rip
Rip
Harambe.
Harambe. I wrote that song, guys.
What a legend Harambe was. Everyone,
Honestly.
literally everyone, like, I don't remember seeing a person who was mad, quote unquote, mad at Harambe at all. Like, you know how you always have those idiots that are like, well, you know, it's a gorilla, you have to understand. No. Harambe was minding his own business when some little boy jumped into his space.
The only people that were clearly pressed were the people at the Cincinnati Zoo. Honestly. Like, I feel like Harambe united a nation more than anything has in the past 3 years.
Well,
Like,
Pokemon Go.
oh, yes, we're going to talk about Pokemon Go. But, like, it was just, like, such a big thing. And no one was making fun of the situation. Like, no one was making fun of the fact a gorilla died. Because I think that is something that's wrong with the internet and the internet culture sometimes. It's like, they take a meme. Like, even today with Cameron Boyce, they start making jokes about it. And even though Harambe was a literal gorilla, no one made fun of the situation. People were genuinely concerned for him and his rights as a gorilla, and we've talked about it to this day that it is literally not Harambe's fault, hence why I wrote a song. Like, what parent lets their child fall, like, feet deep into a gorilla pit? Like, how is it Harambe's fault? Like, why did he deserve to die?
He didn't. If anyone deserved to die, it was the child. I mean, that was natural selection at its finest. That was the perfect example of natural selection.
I'm glad no human died. I just don't think it should have been Harambe. I think if Harambe was, tossling him a little bit more and was a clear threat, then maybe. Or, like, use a tranquilizer. But, to kill, no. Before we get into some of the fun things, I just want to mention some facts about animals because, Harambe is an animal. Over the summer of 2016, the endangerment of pandas, tigers, and whales all went down. Fun fact.
How are we on that now? Do you know the current stats?
I don't know. I thought that pandas were still endangered. I'm sure they are.
What animals?
Pandas, tigers, and whales. I'm sure that they're like a specific breed, but like I just saw the list of things that happened in 2016 and wrote down whatever. I think pandas are still endangered, but like they went down. Like I think they started getting better. And I think the thing with the whales, I think something happened with SeaWorld as well. Didn't I tell you like SeaWorld like agreed to stop doing something with their whales? Like I think it's just like over the summer of 2016, animal rights improved. Maybe it was because of Harambe, once again, national hero. You never know.
I don't know. That might have been a factor. It really could have been.
Yeah, but those are facts. We did look this up. We spent a lot of time researching. Animal rights and life for animals got better. Yes, those were some of the smaller things that happened in the summer of 2016. We have a lot of more in-depth topics that literally made the summer what the summer was for most people. Do you have anything you want to start with? Because we have a lot on this list.
I'll start off with something that just recently came out. I mean, you probably know what I'm talking about now, Stranger Things. So when we were looking this up yesterday, I forgot that Stranger Things came out that summer. And we talked about it and we were like, did we even like watch it when it came out? Like, I don't remember when I watched the first episode of Stranger Things. But that show blew up. Like, I don't I can't name a whole lot of Netflix originals off the top of my head, but I can almost guarantee that is probably the most popular one they have ever had.
Hands down. I think it is.
Like, that is the greatest show I have ever seen. Granted, I don't watch TV shows and I don't even watch Netflix shows, but Stranger Things is an amazing show.
I agree. I know for a fact I did not watch it in the summer, and it's probably because no one knew about it. But like, I only watched it because you told me to. Remember, I was telling you that I was scared to watch it because I thought it was like a scary show, and then you told me it wasn't scary, so I watched it. But that was during the school year, so it did originate. It did apparently come out in the summer of 2016, and I mean, look at it now, summer 2019, and people are crying over the show and the results of it. It really is an incredible show. It's probably my favorite Netflix original too. I've seen a lot of Netflix originals, and definitely of that genre, it's my favorite. Like, it tops 13 Reasons Why for me. That's another popular Netflix show. I love it. I mean, I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of TV shows, but not anything to the likeness of Stranger Things. Like, it is such a good show, and it really, like, I hate it because it's so bandwagony and is so local culture, but like, it really is such an amazing show. It deserves all the local culture it gets.
Yeah. It
deserves everybody.
A great, great show. Like, if for whatever reason you haven't seen it yet, you have to go watch it. Like that's a show that everyone talks about online all the time. It's like Game of Thrones. Like, everyone is always talking about it when it comes out. But Game of Thrones is a show that you can get away with not seeing, because I haven't seen it. I have had no desire to ever watch that show. But Stranger Things is just not that one. You have to go see it.
Yeah, you really do. And like, Game of Thrones, like, some people don't like that kind of, like, Game of Thrones can be too gory. It's like inappropriate for sometimes, like, for kids. But like, this Stranger Things is a little creepy, little kind of gross at sometimes too, especially the third season that just came out. But like, you can watch that with your family. Like, it centers around a group of kids, and I think that like makes it all the better. I've never really like seen a movie that really takes like a group of kids and puts them in such a interesting situation. Like, there's been like The Goonies, but like, even The Goonies is different. Like, Stranger Things is so not reality, and it's just so cool. Like, everything, like, it's unlike anything you've seen before, like, really. And that is so weird to say, like, giving a show that much credit, but it really is unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, talking about movies and shows, Finding Dory came out. I mean, I honestly don't know how it did in the box office, but I've told my parents this before. I have this little theory. So, you know how anyone who watches Disney Channel, and okay, I get it. I'm too old to be watching Disney Channel, but it's ambiance, and I just kind of glance at it every now and then. But they always have on Finding Dory. They have on.
They did. It wasn't on yesterday?
Yes. They have it on more than they have on Finding Nemo. And I am convinced that they don't put the new movies on Disney Channel unless they didn't do well. Toy Story 3 is never on Disney Channel. Cars 3 has only been on Disney Channel like twice. They never put the new movies on Disney Channel. So why is Finding Dory always on?
Okay, so I have the box office results right here. So the budget for the movie was 175 to 200 million, which seems kind of absurd to me for an animated movie. I didn't think they were that much. But the box office was 1.29 billion.
So why is it always on Disney Channel?
I don't know. It's only the second Pixar film to gross $1 billion after Toy Story 3. So you're right there. Toy Story 3 is like very popular. But like, I don't know. I really did not think I was going to see $1 billion. Maybe just because it was like a Pixar movie. I don't know what other Pixar movies came out before this. Maybe we haven't gotten one in a while. Or maybe just because, of Ellen and like, I don't know, the whole, like the nostalgia of it. I wouldn't consider it a very popular Disney movie. So the fact that it's on Disney Channel doesn't surprise me, because you're completely right. They do not show the popular movies on Disney Channel. They show like, ones that don't get the credit they deserve. Like, Finding Dory was not my favorite movie, but it was a really good start to summer, and I really liked it. Like, when I was in the theater, I liked it. Would I rank it like among my top 5 Pixar movies? No. But like, it was a good movie.
Yeah, I agree. It was
But,
good.
like,
It was a movie that I would only watch once, though.
me too. I feel the same way about Toy Story 4. It was probably my least favorite Toy Story movie.
I haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers.
You haven't? Oh my
No.
god, I thought you saw it. Okay, you need to see it. Everybody, go watch Toy Story 4. But yeah, Finding Dory was a great start to summer. I always, and I know this is something we both look forward to, like looking forward to seeing the new Pixar movies that come out, because they always release a new Pixar movie in the beginning of summer. So I always loved it, because I would go on the last day of school to see the new Pixar movie, Toy Story 3, Finding Dory, this year Toy Story 4. Like, I always look forward to that, and I mean, both of us do, even though you didn't see Toy Story 4 yet. It's like, it's a big thing. Like, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Especially Finding Dory, because I don't know about you, but I love Finding Nemo.
Yes.
That's
a
my top
really
5.
good movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. On the topic of movies, Captain America Civil War came out, I believe, in April or May, which is like kind of early summer, but like maybe if you live in like Tennessee, maybe you're out of school already. So Captain America Civil War. I don't know how, did you watch this movie? Like, do you care about this movie at all?
No.
Okay, I do, and here's why. And I'm gonna say this as like a Marvel fan, and when I think about this movie, I think this is important because I really do believe Civil War started some kind of uprising with Marvel fans and the obsession with the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that after this movie, like, shiz got real. Like, Spider-Man, Tom Holland hopped in this movie. All the superheroes were together in one movie. I don't know if this came out before or after Avengers Age of Ultron, but like, it was good to see all of these superheroes and then some that weren't the Avengers all together in one movie, and it kind of really started up what would be like all these other movies down the line with all of these superheroes. Like, up until then, we've been getting a lot of solo movies, like Captain America. It was just Captain America. But now, if you watch any Spider-Man movie or any Thor movie, every single superhero is in those movies. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, like, every superhero you could ever imagine in the MCU is in those movies. And I really do believe that that kind of trend with putting as many superhero and actors in one movie as possible, I really do believe that started with Civil War. And, like, I just think it was such a cool creative concept. It's my favorite Marvel movie. My favorite Marvel superhero movie is Civil War, because, like, to put, like, superheroes against each other, and it wasn't the Avengers. It was really cool, and I think it actually started something. I think Marvel realized, like, oh, maybe people really like it when we band a bunch of superheroes together. Maybe people actually like our new Spider-Man. Like, I think that it actually did something. So that's why I included it on this list.
I will take your word for it.
Yes.
'Cause,
please do.
I haven't seen like half of these movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I will just have to take your word for it.
Yes. It's when I started caring about, like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Up until then, I was only going to movies that interested me, but like, now I have to see every movie in the MCU. So yeah, but I think it's a great movie. I really do. And if y'all haven't seen it, go watch it along with Finding Dory and Toy Story 4. Just saying. Alrighty. Well, that's all the movies and TV shows, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I think we still have bigger topics coming, which I'm excited about.
One of the or like, I would say the biggest event that happened other than the election, but that was in the summertime. The biggest event that happened in the summer were was the Olympics in Rio. Um, Drama filled, to say the least. We had the pictures of the dead body in the river beforehand.
Yes,
We
all the
had
drama with Rio.
the broken hotels, the athletes getting robbed, Ryan Lochte.
Yep. Good old Ryan Lochte, that man.
Lots of records broken.
Yes.
Katie Ledecky. I
Michael
completely
Phelps.
forget Michael Phelps. I forget what her name is. She was a swimmer too. She broke a record.
Just all the men's swimming team in general. Connor Dwyer, Michael Phelps, they all did a really good job.
I think that was one of the best Olympics. I mean, of course, other than like when Usain Bolt like broke the world record. That was obviously like the most insane Olympics ever. But I think like as a whole, if we take away the
drama,
the bad things that happened, I would say that was one of the best Olympics ever, as far as I know that I've seen.
I think the important thing is all those people recovered. Like Ryan Lochte, he's a very stable man. He was on several shows afterwards. He was on Dancing with the Stars. He was on Big Brother. I think that I like him. I still like, you have to like separate the action from the athlete at some point, and I would like to when it comes to that situation. But yes, there was some drama, but I think we can get along with this. I love the Olympics so much. It is literally one of my favorite things. I'm so excited for next year. I don't know. I loved it. I loved the 2016 Olympics. I loved watching it. It was good. It was really good.
I might have to be studying abroad in Tokyo sometime next semester or next year.
When the 2024 Olympics make their way to LA, we need to hop on that. Is it 2024 or 2028? I think it's 2024.
It'd be 2024. I think it's every 4 years.
Right. I don't remember if it was like next Olympics or the next Olympics in LA, but they're coming. Actually, I think it is. I think the 2028 Olympics are in Italy. I think they announced that recently. Not sure, but we're talking about the Olympics in 2016. They were so much fun. That's it. They're just so much fun. I literally look forward to it every single time they're on. Winter, summer, I love them both.
Winter's pretty fun.
Winter is really fun.
Another fun thing that happened this summer, or this particular summer we're talking about, Pokemon Go.
Ooh, that rocked the nation.
I saw someone tweeted on Twitter, they were like, Pokemon Go was the closest we've ever been to world peace. And I'm gonna have to agree right there. I mean, everyone came together to play Pokemon Go. People like me who had never played Pokemon before. I was suddenly interested in Pokemon Go. And I always said back then that it was a really good game because it was fun, and to a certain extent you could exercise too. I mean, you had to walk or find some way to get to these like gym stations, so you had to go find the Pokemon and stuff like that. And then, I mean, I've also said it before, it's their own fault that people stopped playing it.
Also true. I want to talk about the fun things about it before we talk about that, because I have opinions on like what happened to Pokemon Go. But like during that first initial weeks when Pokemon Go came out, you would see a group of kids walking, or like two people walking, and the first thing you thought was they're playing Pokemon Go. That was the first thing you thought. People driving, people like slowing down near like an important part of town. Oh, they're probably playing Pokemon Go. Like, though, that was the thing. Like, Kendall came to visit me in New Jersey that summer, which we'll talk about at the end of the video. But there were several times on Kendall's very short trip to New Jersey that we just spent our time playing Pokemon Go.
Yep.
We met up with friends from our old class, and we literally walked around the entire town. Literally miles were walked playing Pokemon Go. Like, I really just remembered that is what we were doing when we were walking around. Like, we weren't just walking for fun. We were playing Pokemon Go.
It was a great game. I mean,
it was a great game.
I wonder if I could still log in. I haven't been on.
You probably can.
In years.
You probably can. So, what I did not even think of bringing it the way you brought it. I want to talk about what happened to it. I didn't think of doing that, but we should. We should.
So, I mean, it's been so long since I talked about it that I really don't remember what my exact points were. But I just remember that, like, it was glitched or something was wrong with it. They needed, like, the updates that they were putting out were not fixing the issues at hand. And it made it not fun to play anymore. Now, like I said, I can't remember the exact issue. Maybe someone who has a better memory than me, if anyone knows me, they know that I have a really bad memory. And I've said it before, I don't remember anything from sophomore year, which was the summer of 2016. I literally do not remember anything from that year. I don't remember anything from it. But I just remember... I know I said I don't remember anything from it, and I say I remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That something was wrong with it that just made it it was unbearable to play. And I was like, y'all gotta fix this. I'm not playing this anymore. Y'all gotta get yourselves together and fix this issue.
I think what did it for me was, it's twofold. One, school started, and playing Pokemon Go outside was just not the wave anymore. And then two, it got old. Like, someone like me who really, like you, does not care for Pokemon. I was only playing Pokemon Go because it was fun and everybody else was playing it. But when it comes to my love for Pokemon, I could have dropped my Pokemon Go, my phone in the river, and not have cared that I lost all my Pokemon Go. I wouldn't have cared. It's like, It got old. I was catching the same old Pokemon every single time. They weren't doing anything to update the game at all. Like, there were no new Pokemon being added at that time. And I was just like, what's the point of me playing? Like, my friends are like, you have to catch the special Pikachu. But it's like, I can't find the freaking special Pikachu. Like, I don't want to keep playing this game. So I think I literally just stopped playing. I know that the game is still very popular today. Believe it or not, Kendall, my brother, he still goes out. They have Pokemon Go, like, meetups at parks, and people, I don't know what they do with each other, like catch Pokemon, trade it. I have no clue, but he goes to parks with adults, strangers, and they just all play Pokemon Go in herds. I don't know.
I mean, I know a couple people that still play.
But
it's just
people are still crazy.
Not me.
Not me. No. It was fun. It was a lot of fun while it lasted. I think it was also like one of the first games that really introduced like the whole, technically AR, like catching something in real time. Like,
yeah,
that was crazy. Like, oh, look at me, I'm hatching a Pokemon on your face. Yeah. It was a really fun game, and the great thing about it too was that no one judged you for playing Pokemon Go. I feel like there's a thing about like Pokemon, and it's like kind of a nerdy thing, or like people are like, why are you playing, like, you play Pokemon? Like, it is a judgmental thing, but everybody played it. Celebrities played Pokemon Go, like, still play Pokemon Go. You go on Twitter, or if you look from a Twitter feed from like 3 years ago in summer 2016, you'll see celebrities posting their like Pokédeck, you know?
Yeah.
There were a lot of people. I remember, now this is just a Nicholas thing, but like Britney Spears at her meet and greets, she would wear a Pokemon shirt because her kids would play Pokemon Go. Like, imagine meeting a celebrity looking for a nice picture. I mean, I'm sure they were nice pictures, but like, you know, they're wearing a Pokemon shirt.
Yeah.
Like, everybody played Pokemon Go. It was the thing. It was the thing.
It truly was.
It truly was.
And, you know, talking about the downfall of Pokemon Go, we can talk about the downfall of our country, or we can talk about the downfall of the greatest social media app of all time.
Let's talk about the downfall of our country first, and then we'll talk about the greatest social media app of all time to uplift our spirits.
Okay, so I'm going to
Okay.
say my little piece on this.
You
Well,
take
I'm
it
going
from
to keep it short, trite, brief, and sweet. We came to the conclusion last night that the reason why people have been so upset since the end of summer 2016 is the fact that Trump was elected. That's all I have to say. I have nothing more to say, because if you get me started on this, I'm not going to finish. That's all I have to say.
And agree. I would have to completely agree with you right there. There were no worries in the world, no cares. People still cared about Obama and what he was doing. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm gonna keep this short and sweet too, there was no like sides in this country that I personally know of. I mean, I'm sure there were underlying sides, but there was no Twitter fights about politics every single day. There was no worries about who was filling these positions in our government. There was none of that was like plaguing the nation. Like it was there. Of course, with every presidency there's problems and there's things people are concerned about, but it was not plaguing the nation on a day-to-day basis, worrying about what's happening everywhere all the time when Obama's presidency was happening, especially towards the end. After that, the whole debates and the elections got completely crazy, and you would go to school and you would be fighting about Trump, fighting about Hillary. Oh, this, and everything went downhill from there. And since Trump got elected president, every single news station and talk show has completely changed almost all their formats. Shows like The View have completely changed to talk about politics. Absolutely everything changed after Trump became president.
Yes. I just have one thing to say. You would be absolutely crazy, insane, sheltered. I don't even know. Find synonyms for sheltered. If you do not believe that this country has not been in the greatest division since Trump has been elected. We are completely divided, and nobody can compromise. Nobody wants to compromise, and a lot of people have shown their true colors in the past couple years.
Okay, next topic.
We're going to be talking about the end of the greatest social media app of all time. Vine. I feel like it's safe to say, because as you probably know, Vine ended or closed at the end of 2016. I don't think a lot of people knew. If anything, I feel like the big people knew. Like, who is it? Jerry Perp Drank, Gabby Show, Jake Logan Paul, all those people. King Batch. They must have known, because now that I think about it, and you did mention this last night, but we've also talked about this before. When Vine was ending, like if you look back at it, when Vine was ending, it was only like the big people that were really starting to get those money grab Vines, just doing ads, straight ads on their Vines, straight ads.
Vine was their full-time job. It was a full-time job.
And I just, that was literally like the memes that came from Vine shaped almost every single conversation I had with someone throughout middle school. Like the memes we have now, TikTok, that's Vine energy. Those literally Vine 2.0 TikTok. Like, people's personalities were formed from Vine. We have Vine compilations that get millions upon millions of views. It's just a great app. It was so much fun.
The thing about Vine, being timeless like that, I can watch the same exact Vine compilation over and over. Vines that butter my bread, vines that keep me sane. You know, those videos on YouTube, I can watch the same vines for hours and hours and laugh over and over and over again. The authenticity of Vine is what made it Vine.
Yes, exactly.
Like, with TikToks radiate Vine energy completely. But it's like, you'll like the TikTok, maybe send it to a friend, and keep scrolling. Because TikTok is all about trends, and it'll be like the same songs over and over and over again. But with Vine, the most funny Vines, and we're not talking about those ads that the big Viners did at the end, because personally, I never liked the big Viners at all. It was always those random Vines that you would find, like, someone screaming like, "Mother trucker dude, that hurt like a butt cheek on a stick." Like, no one goes around saying that. It's just like those moments that you catch that's like the iconic ones, like "I smell like beef," like all those, like, "look at all those chickens." Like, it's moments like that that really made Vine.
Yeah. Like, I mean, compare Vine and TikTok. I mean, TikToks are planned. You come up with an idea for what you want to do with your TikTok. But exactly like you said, like, the people that, oh my gosh, like, it was just so, I guess, just like you said, authentic. Like, it was just random people just like me, that just did random things for 6 seconds, and they were funny, and they weren't planned. I mean, for the most part, I think one of the funniest Vines I can think of off the top of my head was the one with the boy who was singing the Ariana Grande song, and he said, "Ah!"
What?
When he thought that he was killing the song. It's like, the caption was like, when you think that you, like, can actually sing the song. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna play it.
I don't think I know what you're talking about. But there are just so many good Vines. So many good Vines. And I have a theory. With Vine ending, we're not talking about how Vine ended, because that was not in the summer. Summer of 2016 was good. Vine was alive. But I have a feeling that Vine broke from its 6-second like limit for those bigger Viners, because they were trying to set them up with a platform. Like, I agree with you that those big Viners, I think they knew that Vine was going to end. So Vine was like, "Here, we're giving you a way to expand your content and, like, set yourself up for YouTube and future endeavors." And I think that that's why towards the end of Vine, those bigger Viners started posting, like, minute-long videos on Vine. I think that's what happened. Do you have the Vine?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to unplug my headphones so you can hear it.
I know.
Do you not remember that?
Yes, I know what you're talking about now.
But going off of what you just said about, like, the bigger Viners and the platform and all that, I think one thing I will say about the end of Vine, I know, like you said, it didn't happen in the summer. I'm glad that they ended it before they really started selling it out. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, Vine didn't have ads. It didn't make you pay for anything. They had no way to bring in money. And that's personally why I think it closed, is because they weren't bringing in any money. How were they bringing it in? There was literally nothing that you had to pay for on there. And there were no ads. And I'm so glad. I would rather have it ended than have it end up like Snapchat, where I have to watch an ad in between every story now. Or like Instagram,
True.
where every 2 swipes there's an ad.
You're right.
Or or like SoundCloud, make me pay for something. All these other apps, websites are selling out. They've sold out. But Vine didn't. And just like you said, it stayed authentic.
Yeah. Vine was a great place. It was a safe space. Well, actually, I don't know if it was. It was pretty harsh sometimes, but I loved Vine. Vine is, along with TikTok for me now, was one of those places where you can scroll for hours upon hours upon hours and just keep receiving new content. Like, you can only scroll for so much on Twitter and Instagram, but with Vine, you could just scroll endlessly. Endlessly. I think one thing that annoyed me about Vine is when they introduced the revines, because then people's profiles would be full of like not their own vines, and I would start seeing the same things a lot.
Yeah.
But revines, I mean, that was not summer 2016. They did that a little bit earlier, like after people started asking for it. But
I'm sure if it had been open for longer, they probably would have came up with some way to separate the two, but
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but Vine was a great place. And I think the reason why we included it on here is that simply because, well, like you said, nobody knew it was going to end. Like, I think that there's, the saying, like, what they don't know won't hurt them. Like, the internet didn't know Vine was going to end, so everybody was happy. Everybody loves Vine. It's a thing. Everybody loves Vine. I don't think I've ever met someone, maybe people that haven't had Vine, but nobody's ever gone up and been like, I hate Vine. Like, Vine was the stupidest app ever. I've never heard anyone say that. Like, everybody loves it.
Yeah. I mean, you would be surprised, because I was surprised at the amount of people, like, at my school that, like, my friends that did not have a Vine account. Like, I mean, I know our class only had, like, 24 kids, but everyone had a Vine. Like, everyone knew exactly what we were talking about when we came to school the next day after we saw, like, the viral Vine for the day.
Yeah. And even if they didn't have the Vine account, they had a way of receiving the meme. Like, whether it was for Twitter or, someone sending it to them, everybody knew about the Vines. And yeah, in high school, people referring to Vines, I'm sure that half the people that are referring to Vines is because they, like, saw it on a video somewhere. Like, just the references. The references from Vine are still, like, completely relevant in culture. Like, they have, I don't know if you've seen the YouTube compilations, but they have, like, TikToks that radiate Vine energy.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that Vine is, like, a thing, like, having Vine energy, like, that's such a success. That should be such a success. I would like to know why it ended. You could be completely right with the whole money thing. It's very much popular, like, a reason. But, like, now they're making Vine 2. Like, what's the point of that?
They must have some sort of ad plan. It's gotta be. I honestly don't know. I don't know what that man is up to with this new Vine too. But, I mean, I guess my last little thing that I have to say about Vine is that I really, really, really do wish that they had kept up with the website after it ended. I mean, it was up for a little bit, and then they had the archives, and now it's like you can't find, like, any Vines on the website. Like, there's literally no way to see any Vines unless you watch them in a compilation. Like, it's kind of sad, because it's like, I try and think back of, like, my favorite Vines. Like, there are so many forgotten Vines that were my favorite that I will never see again.
Yeah. Do you know what I would do to see, like, my fat 7th grade self making Vines? Do you know what I would do?
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I wish I remembered what Vines I was posting. Like, that's just one thing that I really do wish about Vine, that they had just kept up with the website after it was over.
Me too. Vine.
Sadness.
Rest in peace, Vine. Rest in peace, Vine. We lost Vine and Harambe in 2016. What a shame. Okay. Next thing. I mean, this is actually the last big topic of 2016 summer. Um, the music.
Mm-hmm.
The music of summer 2016. What a moment to be alive. We made a list. We did indeed make a list. Now, this is just some songs. We're going to talk about some, or at least I have to talk about some specifics. But there were a lot of good songs that came out in 2016.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
Let me find them. I made a list. So we got One Dance by Drake. And if, Kendall, if you don't think they'll know one, just like start singing it. I'm sure you'll be fine. Can't Stop the Feeling, Too Good. I'm too good for you. Mm-hmm. This Is What You Came For, Don't Let Me Down, Cheap Thrills, Don't Mind, which is...
She said, "Hola, ¿cómo está?" She said, "Konnichiwa."
She said, pardon. The fact that I'm doing the dance as you're saying that, like, Vine culture. Panda. Panda. Mm-hmm. Cake by the Ocean, Lush Life. Middle. Sing Middle.
This is a different one. This is not the baby. This is and then you in the middle.
Yep. Yes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just Like Fire, 7 Years, Work. I added a couple of my own. Make Me by Britney Spears and G-Eazy. Formation, Cold Water, Into You by Ariana Grande. There were a lot of good songs and just moments that came out in 2016. And this really, I think that if you look up summer 2016 or 2016, I think music is the biggest point on Twitter that people start like talking about, like, oh, music, like 2016 was the last good year for music. And people will retweet that. And I'm like, but what does that mean? I complained about this to you yesterday, Kendall. It's like, if you were complaining that 2016 is the last good year for music, what exactly, like, did the artists just stop making good music? Like, no, you're just supporting different artists. So stop supporting these, like, rappers that you clearly don't like, and like support these pop stars or these people making the music that you actually like. Support them, because I promise you they're still releasing music. Like Zed is still releasing music. Justin Timberlake is. Drake is still releasing music. Like Beyonce hasn't in a while, but like these people are still releasing it. Katy Perry, Ariana Grande, like support them. I know some of those artists do still get support, but it's like people look at a list of like the top 100 songs of the week or the top 10 like in 2016 and they're like, what a time to be alive. It's like, well, make that the time to be alive now. Like,
I mean, if anything, it has never been easier to support your artist. Literally, stream. You don't even have to go buy anything anymore.
No. Like, for the artist, the streaming era, this era of streaming has been devastating for artists in general, because they just do not make the same money they used to. Like, I don't know if you know that, but like it's really bad for like the music industry and streaming. But when it comes to reaching fans and the amount of times people listen to songs, streaming has literally changed the face of music. Like, you don't even need to be popular on the radio. All you need to do is stream a song.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy. And if people are gonna complain that they want these pop songs to be in the number 10 spots, like when people look at a list of 2008 and you see Hannah Montana in the number 1 spot, if you want Hannah Montana in the number 1 spot, go on Spotify and freaking stream Best of Both Worlds. Like, it's not, just do it. Or if you want Miley Cyrus to get that top spot, or Ashley O and Black Mirror, all Miley's new songs, go do that. But no one's supporting Miley. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Stop complaining if you're not going to do it. That just doesn't make any sense to me. And then more things on music. And I am a pop culture, like, fanatic, so this is more my thing. You can definitely chime in. But 2016 is when Ariana and Nicki released Side to Side. They performed that at the 2016 VMAs. The 2016 VMAs was considered one of the last good VMAs, Video Music Awards, MTV, for those that don't know. After that, the viewers started to decline heavily. Beyonce performed that like 16-minute Lemonade performance. Do you remember that?
Sorry, hold on. Yes, I actually do remember that. I remember that was that the same year that no, that wasn't the same year as the Drunken Love. I remember when she performed Drunken Love and I or not Drunken Love. What is it? I know when you were little girls you dreamt of being. What song is that? That that song. I just watched that performance over and over again. But yes, continue. Keep snapping.
Yes, Beyonce did that 16 minutes performance. 2016 was the last time Rihanna released new music, was the last time Britney released new music. It was literally the last good year for like my music taste. Like the fact that I have not gotten a Britney album since 2016 is honestly devastating to me. And I know Twitter is like harassing poor Rihanna, who is over here making some brands, Fenty and freaking all her skincare and beauty products. Like people are harassing her to release her new album. But like it's been so long, and 2016 was really such a good year for music. Like I just can't even. I don't know what to say. It was
Yeah,
such a good
it's
year.
like the songs that are out now, like a lot of the songs that are out now are just earworms. Like it's like who can make the catchiest song to get the most streams? That's why you have so many songs like Middle. I mean, come on now. That is a complete earworm because you hear it all the time and it's like you want to hate it, but you still sing along every time you hear it. Like it's all these songs on the radio. That's what they are now.
Yeah, you're right. I really do miss summer 2016 for me. Listening to that new Britney album, I know you don't care, and neither will anyone else, but just, oh my god, it was a moment to be alive. It really was. Make Me, when she performed with G Easy. We watched that VMAs together on FaceTime. We watched the entire thing. I remember that. It was so, so good. Loved it. Britney performed right after Beyonce. I remember. That was just, I missed it. Like, and if you, all the songs that I just listed, Into You, Don't Let Me Down, Can't Stop the Feeling, This Is What You Came For, One Dance, 7 Years, like they're all bops, like literal party bops, and they're not, none of them went out of style, none of them got annoying, they just were like, got old and new songs started playing. Like I can't tell you, like if One Dance comes on the radio right now, I'm still bopping to One Dance. If Cake by the Ocean comes on the radio, Formation, like I am
Literally,
still
we would
dancing.
not stop singing One Dance all spring
Yeah.
break. We were like, grips on your ways, front ways, back ways.
That I don't play. Yeah, I love that song. I own it. I literally own that song on my phone. Not even like I own it. I bought it on iTunes. Such a good song. Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, could you imagine having pop people, Ariana Grande, Rihanna, Britney Spears, Beyonce, all performing at one award show? Like just 2016 was just such a time. It was a time.
Truly was.
Truly was. Um that's all the pop culture references and everything we have for 2016. The last topic is just each of us, both of us.
Mm-hmm.
For me, 2016, as I said in the beginning of this, was my favorite summer. It was a great summer. I don't remember if my grandparents went away, like went on vacation this summer, if it was the year prior, but it was like the first summer that I was home alone every single day. Every single day of the summer I was home alone. I had a routine. I would like go on a walk, eat Pizza Hut, listen to music. It was just the best. And then on top of that, Kendall came to visit me, which made my summer even better. I went to Ocean City, Maryland, and I got the most tan I've ever been in my entire life. Britney Spears came out with a new album. I was going into sophomore year, which is like supposedly better than freshman year. I was just like, I was living. I loved that summer so, so much.
I think I'd say last summer was my personal favorite out of the past few years. I mean, you and Colby, you guys came here. We had an amazing time. Finally have your license. So, I mean, we could drive wherever we want, go hang out whenever we want to. Don't have to ask for a ride somewhere. I mean, I went to the beach. I went on vacation with my parents. I went to Chicago for the first time with my dad.
True. I loved last summer too. I mean, if you look at my Instagram post, 2018, I say, was the best year of my life. It definitely was. And for all those reasons that you mentioned with me visiting you and Colby, 2018 was the best year. But I just loved the summer of 2016. I just really did. It was just so much fun for me. I don't know. There's something about it. It just captures me and everyone on Twitter. I just don't know.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
Well, Kendall, I'm glad we got to reminisce.
Yes, it was very nice to think back on these good and
Happier
bad.
times.
Some
Yeah, and
bad
sadder
moments,
times.
but it was nice to reminisce on the good ones.
Yeah, it really is. I encourage everybody to go on Twitter or to like look up something about 2016. You'll get some bad articles. There's like why 2016 is the worst year ever, but like that's like every year because everyone's always like, I'm so ready for the next year, good vibes. But like if you really look at like Twitter, like before we end, because it's been a while, but like before we end this stream, I want to look up summer 2016 again, and I'm gonna read you some of the tweets that have come out like this day today. I thought this would be like summer 2016. I wish I could relive the summer of 2016. Um, I'm getting flashbacks to the summer of 2016. 2016. What a moment to be alive. Um, Summer 2016 is undefeated. All of those have been tweeted within the past hour. The past hour. Imagine like the past couple of days. Like it really just is something else. Like we don't know what it is. I mean, this is what it is. This is why we made this podcast. But like it's so weird.
Yeah, I still don't really understand everyone's fixation on the summer of 2016. I feel like it's kind of time to move on. But
Yeah, maybe it is. You're right. It's time to move on with this podcast. It's time to move on.
yes, it is.
All right.
Well, once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to us ramble again. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you subscribe because we have some really good ones coming out. And I'm not talking about within the next week. I'm talking about within the next year. We have some really good ones coming out. So
Yes.
you guys have to stay tuned for those.
Yes. And as with all of our podcasts, we have our own opinions about everything. But just remember, we are just small YouTubers
With big mouths.